Well, for more on the cost of Halloween, I want to bring in Josh Enomoto, contributor for InvestorPlace Media and Benzinga. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Rachelle.
So let's start with your expectations for spending this weekend. It's forecasted to be an all-time high. Why is that?
That's correct. It's all about retail revenge, or the concept that people are going to open up their wallets to spend to make up for lost time. And of course, lost time was a theme of 2020. It's really a lost year, particularly for parents with young children that may have missed out on milestone moments. So they're extra incentivized to make this season truly special.
So then in terms of the trends, what are people spending most of their money on?
Well, if you look at sales data, the demand distribution is fairly evenly distributed across the major subsegments of Halloween sales. So your candy, costumes, decorations, that's going to make up the majority of the total aggregate sales. However, the key difference between this year versus the pre-pandemic years is a greater emphasis on sales related to social gatherings, live events. Of course, that makes a lot of sense because last year we were denied so many experiences, and people are looking forward to reclaiming their lives, particularly their social lives.
And we certainly see that the Harris Poll survey predicts the biggest jump in spending compared to 2020, as you mentioned, will come in the form of parties. Break down just how the pandemic has really affected 2021 Halloween spending, this revenge spending.
Well, it really comes down to the supply chain crisis. We're seeing such a severe impact that is truly unprecedented. So, Rachelle, one of the things that really shocked me was a Wall Street Journal article that mentioned that some people were actually buying Halloween-related products in July and August, which simply doesn't make sense in any other context, but it makes perfect sense in terms of the new normal. And retailers across the nation are mentioning that if you hadn't bought your Halloween products by the end of September, once October rolled in, that's it. You're done. You're not going to find the products. The stores are already reshelving for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So this is a truly unprecedented situation, but the shift really is in the consumer behaviors. People are witnessing this and saying, you know what, if there's a product that I really like, that's really important to me, if it's available right here, right now, you got to go for it, because if you wait a day, an hour, even a minute, it could be gone.
Now, obviously, that's a different case with things that are perishable, like chocolate, for example. And according to the National Confectioners Association, sales of chocolate and candy are expected to be 60% higher than they were in 2019, so higher than pre-pandemic levels. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think, again, it points back to the social experience. You're seeing not only a demand spike across all demographics, but particularly adults with no children. They are driving a significant portion of this Halloween demand. So everybody really wants to participate in any way, whether it's dressing up or just handing out candy for trick-or-treaters, because it's been 1 year since we've been denied the basic experiences of living in America. And so people are fed up. People are just ready to reclaim their normal schedules. And the increased Halloween sales, particularly with candy, that points to this trajectory.
So then you mentioned supply chain issues. Do you see that then becoming a factor as we go into holiday spending?
Oh, absolutely. The problem with the supply chain issue is it's truly a holistic problem. So yes, we as consumers, we're always complaining about the inventory that we can't get a hold of. We got to focus on the supply chain crisis that's occurring on the manufacturing side, because the New York Times reported that manufacturers of in-demand goods, they're experiencing their own problems procuring the products, the equipment, the commodities, the chemicals to manufacture these in-demand goods. So on the input and output, you're having bottlenecks. On the middle of the spectrum, you're also having severe bottlenecks because we have such a shortage of truck drivers who cannot take the inventory from the ports to the distribution centers, to the retail centers.
So I know a lot of parents were rushing around trying to buy or cobble together Halloween costumes because things like speedy delivery and inventory was hit or miss. And as you mentioned, of course, the truck drivers. What do you think are going to be some of these harder items to source, not just for Halloween, but also for the holiday season?
Yeah, it's forced. What has really happened is it's forced both the consumers and the producers to be creative. So one of the research items that my team at Benzinga they prepared. They discovered that there's been more body positive imagery in terms of the availability of costumes of that can fit all sizes across the spectrum, and that shows a spirit of inclusivity. So not everything about the Halloween season has been so negative and dour because of the supply chain. It's actually forced both consumers and producers to be resourceful. And in this case, in terms of the inclusivity angle, you're seeing something really positive come out of a negative situation.
Well, as someone who was up till 3:30 in the morning making a hedgehog costume, I can certainly concur with that. Thank you so much, Josh Enomoto, there, contributor for InvestorPlace Media and Benzinga.
Thank you.